live. This hangout, it's live.
Yes, it is. Welcome to another Monday night where we exist to educate, empower, and equip painters worldwide.
Wow, you got that down.
Yep. And we're a part of this Paint Life community, which what are they about?
What about?
Paint Life community.
Just sharing and educating and teaching and being part of a community of painters that wants to help each other out.
And passionate about painting.
Passionate about painting.
Yep.
Yes.
And it's a safe, good environment. And so that's what we want to have here tonight. So thanks for being with us.
I love what I do, and hopefully we can spread the love.
Yep. And Ryan's with us, Ryan Petzel.
So got Ryan Petzel on. Dave Shave is on. Hi, guys. Got Aaron Thornton is on. Hola, he says. Got a little Spanish there. D&E Painting, and you're live. We are live.
George is with us, and he saw that you were talking about doing a house by yourself, and he said he's going to do one this week, a 5,000 square foot house. So are you doing, George, interior or exterior? Like to know. Let us know.
So Moss says we don't paint pools in South Florida. They are real pools.
Ours is
a real painted pool.
A real painted pool. That's what it is. And that's what you do as a painter. You have to always improvise, and you have to look at each situation and say, how can I accomplish my job? And look, we had a paddleboard.
Here's a big suggestion. If you don't have to paint your pool, don't paint your pool. Because not only is the painting process a nightmare, it does not last. So yeah, if you want to have to redo your pool every 2 to 3 years, go right ahead and paint it.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll talk about some pools.
We have an exciting giveaway.
Oh, tonight is the Titan Apex gun giveaway. If you haven't entered to win, you better jump over there on our website, theidahopainter.com. You have to enter now because 7:30, bam, it's done and over with.
So there's always so much to talk about. But one thing is I see XC Painters here. And I had heard a rumor that the traveling trousers was going to him because I see Pro Tall Painters are on here. And what happened to our traveling trousers? We were so excited to hear the story and travel around, and we've seen no pictures.
Yes.
No pictures.
A little annoying that we went to all that work and made that whole deal.
We were super excited.
And they've disappeared.
So, Jenny, if you're around.
This is not good.
Yes, we need to know.
You got the pants. Let's see. Oh, that's somebody. That's John. John must be on there.
Journeyman John. Hi, Mohammed. Hi, Steven.
He's got the pants. So, yeah. So, is your pool concrete? My pool is. It's a combination. Because it's not a real pool. So, the bottom rounded part is concrete, and then the side walls were like fiberglass. I think they're fiberglass side walls. So they're panels. So they got seams in them and stuff. And I wasn't the original one to paint the pool. I'm not the one that created the disaster. When we bought the house, it had already been painted multiple times. And had all kinds of blistering, peeling, and bubbling issues. And I wasn't about to go in there and strip that whole thing. And I don't care. I just want it to look good when the water's in it. And I know I'm going to have to like maintain it. It's maintenance. But I'll tell you what. Chlorinated rubber fades really, really fast.
Oh, and if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Chris painted our pool, and it's on Instagram.
So I paint our pool every 2 to 3 years, and I posted a video on Instagram, and it has several 100,000 views on me sitting on a paddleboard painting the pool on a paddleboard. So it was kind of just fun. I was out there doing it and having a good time painting, and Lisa broke out the
well, he wanted a blow up, and I thought that's not going to work really good with the whole balancing and all that kind of stuff. So anyways,
so Stephen Wagner epoxy coat. So there's multiple things you can coat pools with. So there's water-based pool coatings, epoxies, and chlorinated rubbers. And mine is done with chlorinated rubber. So and there is the question, like, how do you know? Because don't make the big mistake if yours is epoxy, coat it with chlorinated rubber, or if it's chlorinated rubber, coat it with epoxy or water based. So you need to know. And there's a way you can find out very simply.
Hi, Sean Crawley's with us.
So we got
so a few people have little emojis. I don't see very many of them. James Plano's from Paint Life Mafia. So why don't you and Andrew's here from Paint Life Mafia. So why don't you tell people how they become part of Paint Life Mafia and get a sticker?
Oh, if you want a sticker,
you can sponsor us.
Those people in green, and they got the Paint Life Mafia icon next to them. All you got to do is go hit the little sponsor button where you would subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you hit that sponsor button for $4.99, you become a sponsor. You get, look, this is going out to somebody. It's John. He signed it. Thank you card. And so that's a picture of John. And on the back, you get a 20% discount on your first order. So your first order is going to get you 20% off on our Paint Life store.
And we have Paint Wife shirts, good for Mother's Day, and new
Paint Wife, actually.
I know Paint
Yours
Wife.
is wife.
I said wife.
I know.
Okay. And he says painter. So these are new to the store.
Yep. Kind of cool.
And what else are we going to give away tonight?
We're going to give away a craft cardboard shield holder.
Do you use those?
We use them every single house we paint with on exteriors. Every single one.
Do you like them?
And it's the best cardboard shield holder ever made right here. And one of the major differences with this one is it just, without having to use twisted wing nut or anything. So very simple, easy to use. And it's the only one that's ever been created that does that. Awesome. I got a video coming out this week where I taught Lucas how to use one of these. So stay tuned to watch Lucas, man. We're starting to teach him how to spray. And so I'm showing him how to use one of these with cardboard shields, how to keep overspray off footings and keep overspray from whipping around the corners. These things are also, we sell them now. So I buy them in bulk because we use them in our vehicles. I wanted to find out where I can get them cheaper. So I went straight to the people that manufacture them, and now we buy them and we sell them on our Paint Life store at theidahopainter.com.
Theidahopainter.com at our store.
We're going to give away one.
We're going to give away one, and we're going to give away one other thing tonight. We're doing just tons of giveaways.
Going to give away a Titan tip, a red tip, and an HA tip to one winner. So there you go.
They get 2 tips.
Yep.
Wow. And a couple stickers. So stay tuned. So one thing was exciting. Well, you painted our pool, and that's going to look really pretty. We're supposed to wait 7 days before we put water in it. But another thing is something came in the mail today.
Jake Starling says thanks for his Paint Life Mafia sticker.
Cool. I'm glad you received it.
Thanks for being a sponsor, Jake.
Yeah.
Appreciate it very much. So what did you just say?
Something came in the mail today. Can you lift it up?
Something came in the mail today, and it's very heavy.
It is.
And I can't imagine how much this cost to send. So Deluxe Australia sent me some paint. So here's one of them. They sent it on a pallet. I got a pallet. I'm sure it cost $500 to send this thing from Australia. So we got some products to test because I'm going to teach over there in their accredited.
We're so excited to announce that Deluxe Accredited Australia, you're really distracting me. Deluxe Accredited Painters Australia. It's a program that we're coming, and you're going to teach some classes on spraying, and we're super excited to try their products, and we're super excited that you're going to teach, because I was reading over their documentation, and their values are integrity, satisfaction, client satisfaction, excellence, sustainable solutions, and health and safety. So those are things we align with. So we're really excited that the Deluxe Accredited Painters are exclusively bringing us to Australia the 1st of September. And so if you are in Australia, you need to look at how to become a Deluxe Accredited Painter, and we can give you the link. And anyways. And
let me know. So they sent me this because I didn't want
if you are from Australia.
Because I didn't want to go over there and start spraying paint and teaching with paint I've never used before and be shocked, surprised, or whatever. So it's usually not an issue because if you're good enough, you can just deal with anything. But and I'm confident, but I just said, hey, look, if you got some products, send it to me so I can test it out. If any of you tested this up, let me know. This is Wash and Wear 100 barrier technology. This is a paint product.
So
they sent me some of that. Oh gosh, it's a good thing I work out.
It is good.
Here they sent me Weather Shield. So my guess is this is their exterior product, so Weather Shield. So if you've tried that, let me know what you think of that. And then they sent me, and this is really weird how they package these things.
Painting.
So they obviously things are packaged differently over in the UK than they are here. They come in 10-liter things. Here's professional interior coating. So let me know like where that falls, in paint coatings. Is it top of the line? Is it mid-range paint coatings and stuff? So and how does it perform?
So a couple things.
Now I'm exhausted.
Okay, NuTone Painting. We're glad you're here. Matt Olson's with us. You are gonna be doing a interview with them on Instagram on Wednesday. So I think it'll be NuTone Painting. I'm
interviewing with them?
Yes, you are. You know this, dear.
Really?
Okay, yes.
It's on the schedule. I don't make the schedule.
Well, it's on your schedule that
you just schedule me and then you tell me when.
Okay. Anyways, I'm just saying on Instagram, I think at noon their time and 10 our time, you're going to be talking to them. So we're glad you're with us.
Weren't they the guys that wanted me to get up at like 7:30 in the morning?
He doesn't go to bed till 7:30 in the morning, so that's the problem. So
that's when I go to bed. So
not really, but close. But
yeah. So what is that? Is 5 gallon? That's not a 5 gallon. That's a 10-liter. So I don't know what a 10 liters is, but it's not 5. To me, it looks like about 2.5 gallons of paint.
So two things. So one thing is people are concerned about the traveling trousers. So we're just going to pray that they make it to the next spot and we see some pictures and get the journal, because we used from YouTube, we got a special journal and a special pin. And so we don't want to start another traveling trouser. So hopefully they don't have to. But
Kelly House Painting, bam, big shout out to
them. Kind of
Savannah, Georgia.
We're blogging about something being built, and a lot of people have asked about this academy. Do you have any information for them today?
It's being built. So, okay. And John and I are working on putting together our flyer, and we're going to be emailing out the notifications because we are going to take 10 people, no more than 10 people to the academy. So the first one, and we don't plan on doing like a lot of these throughout the year, but just a handful of them. And so maybe, 4 a year, something like that. So we're not going to be bringing in, a lot of people to do it. So we're putting it together. It's what it's looking like is it's going to be, Friday, an evening session Friday, and then a full day Saturday and a full day Sunday. So that's what the academy, and we've got it dialed in, of what Friday looks like, what Saturday looks like, what Sunday looks like. If you're interested, let us know. So it's because we're only taking 10. And so 10 people. Email us at liveshow@the-idaho-painter.com. As soon as that flyer is done, we're going to fire it off to you. And when we get 10 people back that are willing to put a deposit down, then but we're going to have the date and everything.
And the price, because we don't have, George, the price figured out because we don't have all the details of what it's going to look like. So once we do, we will, the people that emailed me, because I have a bunch of people that emailed, they'll be the first ones to get the flyer, and if they decide not to do it, then we'll open it to the masses.
And it's not going to be like, I guess I'll just talk about price a little bit. It's not going to be just like really, really cheap, because this is going to be an incredibly valuable weekend for you that can significantly increase the amount of money your company brings in, and just the happiness you go to every day with your job, knowing how to, efficiently paint a house and how to go about painting it, and learning some advanced spraying techniques, learning about, some estimating, processes for small businesses, and some social media marketing strategies. That's all going to be in there. And so it's going to be an extremely valuable course. So it's not going to be super cheap. But
Ed Jones wants to say what size shirt. So we have small, medium, large, extra large for the women's shirts. The women's shirts.
Oh, he wants to know about purchasing them?
Yeah, so they're on our website. What's our website?
TheIdahoPainter.com. If you want your shirt in the background, we're still looking for shirts to fill it up. So let us know. Send me a medium shirt. I only wear mediums. I don't wear them because they're up on the wall, but I'd rather have a medium in case I wear it. But send me a shirt and we'll hang it on the wall.
Yeah.
And we got some people from Instagram Live today, like 3 people said they're going to send some.
Yeah.
Have you ever used an 8-foot or longer spray extension for spraying ceilings? I have. So I've used spray poles. So I've used spray poles that extend. They're probably 8 feet, maybe like 16 to 20 feet, I think. And when I was doing new construction, I used to use them all the time. And spray poles in new construction are very, very handy. And we don't use them as much anymore because we're, you know, in doing interiors. The bulk of our what we're doing is rolling, so we don't use spray poles that much. We use just spray extensions. So Andrew's got a question.
Oh, Chris's mom has 4 kids: September, October, November, and December.
No, don't buy into it. He's baiting you.
I don't know. That's confusing me. So Kenny Sanders says, I have a question for Chris. When you spray solo, do you do 1 or 2 coats?
What's that?
When you spray solo, do you do 1 or 2 coats?
If we're spraying it the exact same color, typically we would do 1 coat. If you're doing a color change, you've always got to do 2 coats. I'm still thinking about that 4 kids.
Yeah, thing. But don't. That's Andrew, you need to tell us that. So Steven says, do you get a free shirt with the admission? I think to the school? Yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna get a shirt, you're gonna get a bid packet, you're gonna get a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of things we're working on. So we're gonna have we're gonna be giving away, probably more than likely, we're definitely giving away a shirt, stickers, a hat to people that attend, but we're working on getting possibly Titan and Graco to provide something for each student that shows up, like a tip or something. And then like when I taught over in the UK, they gave me a sprayer to give away.
Oh yeah, Wagner.
And they gave me a couple guns to give away to the people that attended the class. So we're going to be hopefully
we'll be working on getting some swag. Is that what it's called? Swag bag. Swag bag. Is that what it's called? Like when you go to an event and you get your
true swag bag.
You're gonna swag bag. So we will get the information out as soon as we get the information all together. Yeah.
Chris's mom has 4 kids. It's September, October, November, and Chris.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why is it so obvious? Okay. Thank you, Andrew. How are you doing tonight, Andrew? So George says, he asked a question at the beginning that you're painting a 5,000 square foot house. I'm assuming it's an exterior, and he wanted tips for painting it by himself. Do you have any tips? You've painted some houses by yourself.
Be patient. So, I mean, the process that I would go about tackling that. So, I mean, if we're just talking about the painting thing, man, if I was painting that myself, you know, I would, man, that's a big house. It's been a long time since I've done that. I think the way I would go about tackling something like that, a house that big, is my goal would be to, if I was by myself, is just do the spraying all at once. And then after I got the body of the house. So I would mask one side at a time, mask that side, spray it, and then, you know, mask another side, spray it, and then mask another side, spray it, mask another side, and try to work my way around. I would have, when I'm doing the window trim, because you're masking off the window, I would have a bucket of the window trim done too. So as I was working around, when that one side dried, I would go back and trim the windows out. So when I'd pull the masking off, I wouldn't have to remask it to do the window trim.
So you do a side at a time.
I'd work a side at a time. I wouldn't go around and mask the whole house at once. I would work one side at a time, and I'd work one side, then I would do the next side, and then that next side, by the time you're done with the second side, the first side, you could probably pull the masking, and I would do the window trim and the masking. But then now you got the fascia that still has to be done, and doors and stuff like that. But you know, explaining that I can take. That's one of the things that our class is going to involve, is how to go about the whole process, tackling a job. And tackling a job by yourself is a lot different than tackling a job with 3 people.
But you can do it.
I did it myself a lot.
Yeah. And you just have to, like you said, you have to be patient and not be overwhelmed and just do step by step and you'll complete it.
But here's when I painted by myself, and when we paint now, we don't ever leave any masking up overnight.
Okay.
So we always pull our masking, and that's in my entire career. That was what I always did. So that's why I would work, side to side. I wouldn't just try to get all the way around the house, because if you're by yourself, 5,000 square feet, you're probably not gonna get the whole thing sprayed in a day. And so, and then you'd have that masking on there. If the masking stays overnight, it's really hard to get off. A lot of masking, the adhesive the tape will splinter and stuff like that. You can use more expensive masking, like blue tape and stuff like that. But I tried to just work. I was always trying to just work, one side at a time. And then always, like, I had the body and the window trim, going at the same time too. So,
so I have something to share.
Go ahead.
So we use QuickBooks, and that's something we'll talk about too. For us, we can only share our experience, and that's, we run a small business and it's worked very well for us. And so, we'll tell you our story and how we've done it. And then obviously everybody's an individual and makes it their own. But I use QuickBooks, and our QuickBooks, we had to upgrade from 2015 to 2018. And so I had some problems upgrading, and I haven't been on QuickBooks for like 6 days. And today we finally got it back up and running. But Chris has personalized all of QuickBooks. And so he, now that's distracting me. He's got to go in and fix everything, all your bid packets, all your invoices, everything. So, back up your whatever you use, your programs, on a hard drive, because I realized when I was having problems that if there was a problem, you can lose it all, and you don't want to do that.
So he was asking, George was asking on interiors, not exteriors.
Whoa.
So 5,000 square foot interior.
That's a big job.
Interior is a little bit, to me, simpler, because interior, it never changes. I always do the trim first and then the walls next. And so my whole process would be to prep all the trim. So I do all the caulking, spackle, Bondo, all the sanding, get the trim all completely done, ready to be sprayed. All the vacuuming of the floors and everything, get it ready to go. And then I would spray my trim in the entire house. So I'd mask enough to be able to spray. If it's new construction, I would try to do it all at once. If it's a repaint with a customer, I'm going to try to break it down in sections. I'm going to do one section of the house. I'm going to do all the trim, and then I'll do the walls and the ceilings in that section before I move on to the next section. And so so I spray the trim, and then we always roll our walls, and then the ceilings. If the ceilings are different colors, the ceilings, if we're going to spray them, we drop plastic on the walls and spray the ceilings. If we're going to roll the ceilings, we'll roll the ceilings first and then roll our walls. So it's reverse order, depending on what you're doing.
So when you do the classes also, you're going to talk about it like in the classroom setting, but you're actually going to do it. So like you could sit there and tell people this is what I do, but when you do it hands-on, that's the difference maker.
If we're going to show you hands-on, and we even have our house that we're going to be able to walk around, and we're going to show you how we would go about tackling
what to do and not do
this house and the whole process, and show you how we would mask a window and the whole. It's going to be an awesome situation. So let's see. There was a question. Let's see. Aaron Singer, I'll cover stay and stinks very well. I thought there was let's see, Jake Starling's, what is the projected class dates?
You don't know, Jake.
Don't know. Aaron Sing, one room at a time. There was a question. Well, how about Aaron Singer's? How about painting steel doors? So when we're painting steel doors on the exterior of a house, we just use the product. Like right now, we're either using resilience or duration. We put that right on the steel door.
Okay, you don't use like DTM or anything?
No, we don't use because duration or resilience can go right on the steel door.
Okay.
So we use the same paint that goes on the siding of the house, which goes on the trim of the house. So nothing changes.
But when you mask a house, like we never leave our masking up, and we use tapes that can be left up for multiple days. But is it just, because the customers, it's, you want to be
So that's my personal preference. Is I don't like to walk away from the job site and have masking all over things. I want the job site completely cleaned up and looking clean. I just don't want the customers to have to, you know, come home from work and see their house half masked and stuff like that. I just don't. We've learned a system that our process, how we go about doing it is. It works really well for us, fast and efficient, and we take down the masking. And so whatever masking we're going to take down, we make sure we paint that area and we make sure that it works into our day. Sometimes it gets to the point where we can't, you know, paint a masked area like a window or something like that, and we just pull the masking and remask it. So
it's not that you can't leave masking up. It's like we just prefer not to.
Yeah,
not to make it look like a mess.
You can't leave our 3M 2020 tape. You cannot leave it up overnight.
Okay.
So that's our right now. That's the tape we use the most. The bulk of our masking is 3M 2020 tape. No matter what it says, that tape is a nightmare to pull off. So if you mask a window and you leave that up overnight and you come back and trim that window out and you go to pull the masking, the tape's going to stick and splinter. And so, but it's a very cost-effective tape.
You're testing other tapes, aren't you?
We are. Sure Tape. I mean, we absolutely love Sure Tape Orange, but there's a lot of like tapes that will release in 7 days, but they're way more money. And so we've just learned a process how to save money on, you know, tape and still paint and pull tape the same day.
So what do you think of that Sure Tape?
It's amazing tape.
So is it related to any other tape on the market?
Well, Sure Tape makes Frog Tape.
There you go.
And Sure Tape is SureTech. And so they're
orange.
They have SureTech and Sure Tape are the same company, fall under like the same umbrella, and they're the manufacturer of Frog Tape. They're the manufacturer of that Sure Tape Orange and some other amazing tapes that we've been testing now. They're the maker of T-Rex. T-Rex is amazing duct tape. Love that stuff. So Jake Starlings asks, is the bid packet, if you buy it, do you have to have Microsoft to edit it? So my bid packet is a Microsoft file. So you need Microsoft. If you have Microsoft, it makes it, you know, very easy to edit. I've never tried it, but I think you could take it and just copy it and drag it right over to like Pages and then edit it in Pages, but you would still have to have Microsoft to like open Microsoft Word to open it up because it is a Microsoft Word document.
Yeah.
So if you don't have Microsoft Word, you can't even open it up.
So what's the address for registering for your giveaway? So next week.
But Microsoft Word, you can get free a free trial of Microsoft Word and like a 3-month free trial, and just get the free trial, edit it, and then that way. So
at the end of the show, we're giving away that. And next week, are we giving away another one?
The Titan Apex gun, we're giving away one tonight, and we're giving away one next week. The Apex gun. What the heck is the deal with the Apex gun? I mean,
what is it?
It's not paper.
No, it's in the truck. It's
hooked onto the sprayers.
Yeah, we didn't bring the sprayers in here.
We've been testing them, so they're on the sprayers and no longer.
They're new, right?
And unfortunately, our vans can't be parked on our property no more.
Yeah.
Because this city doesn't like that, and so they told us that we can't do that. So now I can't just run out to my van and get the guns.
No,
but we've been testing out the guns. What the heck is the deal with the gun? So if you look at this picture right here, there's 2 dials on there. It's got a fully customizable handle. So now, you know, if the handle, previous guns, if the handle was too big or too small, I mean, it's like tough luck. Too bad, so sad. I mean,
your hands aren't the right size.
And so now these dials, it'll adjust the angle and it'll adjust in and out. So if you got larger hands, you can make the gun bigger. This handle you can also buy, like it comes with a standard one, but they also have small, medium, and large. So you can buy even bigger ones or even smaller ones to even customize it even more. And then
so they made this gun to solve a problem, and that's the size. Is there anything else it does?
I don't know if it was, I mean, it wasn't a problem for me, but it may be a problem for some people. They are trying to add more features to guns to be more to be more innovative. I mean, I think Titan, that's one of the good things about Titan is they're very innovative, and they want to just, you know, create and innovate new things when it comes to sprayer technology. And so they're trying to create packings that are way cheaper to repack. You can repack them faster, easier. And so the Apex gun, this is part of the Red series. They have, you know, the RX Pro gun. They have the Infinity packings, which the packings, all you have to replace is the little needle, and then the seat flips over, and then you reuse the other side of the seat, and the needle's only $15. So now it's only $15 to repack a gun.
Oh, wow.
And before, some of the other major manufacturers of guns, it would cost you about $70 to repack a gun. So now, wow. And that was, so we wouldn't even repack them because you just better to buy a new gun, because you're only like a $40 difference. Why would you spend $40 just for the little, that much money just for the little internal packings? So it wasn't beneficial. So now they've made it beneficial to repack the guns. But here's another thing. This gun was created for people that do a lot of production spraying. And so check this out. The trigger pull on the gun, once you pull the trigger all the way back, there's significantly, and I'm not positive, I think it's supposed to be around 50% less resistance on the trigger from wanting to go back out. So once you've pulled it, it's way easier to hold that trigger right there. So if you're holding the trigger and doing a lot of production painting, it's gonna be less fatigue on your two fingers. And if you just started spraying and you're young at this kind of stuff, and like back in my days when I was 35 years old, big and buff and stuff, and I had strong hands, and I didn't feel 20s, it. Yeah. But I've been spraying for a lot of years, and now my hands get fatigued and they bother me. And if you're not spraying every day, then you'll really feel it the days you do spray, and having a lighter trigger pull. In new construction, guys in new construction where they're holding the trigger.
So you see the big value where you're doing high production.
In production. To Small me, jobs. Because there is a longer trigger pull to it. So the distance you got to pull to it to get it to that point, it's a longer distance to get it to that point. But once you get it to that point, it is significantly lighter, and you can definitely feel it. So that's what the Apex gun is all about.
Well, that's what we love, being a part of this community, to try new products and find out, what works for one person may not work for another person, depending on what they do. So
I'm really curious, who's used the gun and what you guys think of the gun. If you've used multiple guns, because I've used, multiple guns, I've come up with a gun that is just my favorite gun. And now have you tried this gun, and would you change over to another gun after you've tried this gun? Would you use it? They do have, you can see right here in the picture, they have filtered and filterless. So it's got straight through where it doesn't have a filter if you're running like block fillers, elastomerics and stuff, or if you want to run a filter in there, they got it.
So we're going to give away one filtered and one not filtered, and we don't know who's going to get what, but
we don't know. It's a big surprise.
One's going to be given away tonight. Yep. One's going to be given away tomorrow. Why don't we give away something right now? 7:30.
Giveaway. Yeah, we got to give away something. Give away the tips. So how are you going to give them away?
Let's do numbers. It's been a long time.
Have you seen any questions? I'm staining a fiberglass door black. What is the best tint to put on the exterior door? So if you're staining a fiberglass door black, I'm not sure if they're gel staining it. If you're gel staining it, it all depends on the look. Are you wanting to gel stain it and get a grained look at it, or are you just staining it with a glaze? Or I'm not sure what product you're using and what type of look you're trying to emulate or copy. I mean, that's where, if you show me something and say, this is what I'm trying to, create and match, then I would say, well, this would be my base coat that I would start. So see any other questions you have?
Josh Hagen says, I can't see the arrows right in the thing. He wants to be a sponsor and he doesn't know how.
So people are already guessing numbers. So I guess we might as well write a number. Here, I'll write a number. I haven't
seen any.
And John's going to have to start, because I think John is on.
Yes.
And John's going to have to go back to the beginning and get, here is the number. And so I just wrote a number. I'm going to send it to John, and whoever guesses the number is going to get the 2 tips. So a Titan HEA tip and a Titan regular tip. So here we go, John. There is your number, and there's usually a little delay.
Yeah, he told us there's like a 30-second delay or something.
So there we go. We do have true swipes.
So we sent some out. So if you've used them, let us know.
Let us know.
Let us know. Have you used them very much, or no? You still need to try them out.
We've been testing them out. We've been using them to eliminate paint runs. And we've been testing them out in different scenarios, trying to eliminate paint runs. It's kind of crazy because these things were created to test, you know, for oil-based paint versus water-based paint,
which is good, and
which you want to know. So that way and this is easy. So you just take this swipe out and then rub it on the paint, and if it's oil-based paint, nothing's going to happen. If it's latex paint, it's going to start taking off some of the paint, and you're going to see it just like that. And then you need to know whether you got to prime, sand, all that stuff. So it's a great, very cheap way to tell. But what is incredible about these things, if you've been spraying trim and you either sprayed the trim today or the trim yesterday, you can take these swipes and rub out a paint run. It's crazy. It's absolutely amazing.
So this is going to revolutionize.
This was something John and I mean, they weren't created for this, but this is unbelievable. If you guys do any type of spraying of interior trim, you have to have these things in your arsenal, because we got to run on a door. We took a true swipe and we got to run on the door that day, several hours prior. We were going to wet sand it out the next day, and we just tested it out, and it melted the paint, rubbed out the run. We didn't do anything else. Spray the door. You couldn't even tell. Bam.
So you need to make a video showing that.
That's in the makings. So it's coming.
Doug Pearson says, I keep a container of rubbing alcohol in the van. With that.
So and that's if you're doing it to remove runs, yes, that's kind of what these things are. These things are kind of like an alcohol swipe, but a rubbing alcohol swipe, but there's more to them than that. Yep. There's more in it than just simple rubbing alcohol. I'm not the chemist, but I've talked to the creator of them, and there's something else in there. So
Jose says, hey buddy, Tritech, their spray guns are awesome. Yeah, we've never tried Tritech stuff.
You know, it's crazy with Tritech because they kept saying that they were going to send us something, and they never did.
We never got
I went and saw them in the UK, and I really, really liked their sprayers. And I was really excited because he said they were going to send me one. I really liked the gun. I don't know. I really like their gun. And there's a super chat, Danny Gonzalez. Bam. Thank you, Danny. Read his thing right there.
He said, thanks for your videos. My 10-year-old has been inspired. We posted a pic on your page of him painting. Thanks, from Egden Electric. So we're going to have to find that and repost it, because that is awesome, Danny, to hear.
Yeah, Matt Olson. Matt Olson, number was 77. Matt Olson is the winner. John found Matt Olson. So Matt
Olson. Is that New Tone Painting?
I think it is.
I think it is. Well, you have a painting business, so I think you'll use the tips.
I think he'll use the tips. So I'm going to show you a picture. Guess what, Lisa? I just sent this picture to John, and I'll show it on the live show. We just got hired to paint the American flag on this building right here. So let me see, so I can show people right there. It's on the roof.
That's going to be fun.
Is that going to be the coolest thing, or what?
That's going to be very cool.
So here's the question.
Yeah, we need your help.
I'm not in the business of painting American flags on people's roofs.
Yeah.
And so they said, if you want the job, it's yours. And I said, I'll take the job, because this will be an incredible video to make. And so what the heck do you paint the American flag on a roof with? And
well, you're going to have to use
would you use multi-surface acrylic? Would you use DTM? Would you use Sure-Acryl? Would you use something else?
Spool down and see what people are saying.
I'm sure you're going to have to prime it. I'm sure you're going to have to power wash it. And that is, if you looked at the picture, that's a giant barn.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to have like a 60-foot or 40-foot lift.
Yeah.
And so we're going to have to like spray one color, mask it off, spray another color, mask it off, and everything. So give me some tips.
He's saying, Mac's saying duration for the flag, but it's a metal roof.
It's a metal roof. So
you want, and it's hard.
It's a roof. So you can't, it's going to have probably, it's steep, so there's no snow that would be standing on it, but still Jaden's on.
Yay. Thanks for being with us.
We got the kids out there.
Yep, so we love our Paint Life kids.
So Terry Dickens says Sure-Acryl, and I know Sure-Acryl is one of the products that they recommend for roofs, but I've had problems with that. And I've also done a roof with DTM. I've primed a roof, and then with DTM primer and bonding primer, and then did it with DTM, and it peeled. So,
I think the thing is what you guys have to know is it gets all 4 seasons hard.
It bakes in the sun.
And tons of snow.
The roof that I did that peeled, that I thought we did an awesome job on it. It was my roof.
Our roof.
So it gets snow on it. It'll have 3 feet of snow on it.
Yeah.
And I think in the snow loads,
and it works its way down.
Drags, and I think it's so heavy it drags the paint off and stuff. And so I went completely by the recommendations of the local paint store, what to do, and it didn't last.
We're gonna have to do some more research for that. Like use the drone for the flag job. I like that.
So hopefully John's watching this feed, so he can write down some of these things. So some of these ideas and
auto paint.
Yeah, there's a lot of I mean, because people have these things on the roofs and stuff.
Yeah,
so let us know if you've done one. If you've done one, and you've had success doing one, I will even pay you to help consult us.
Yeah.
There you go. Because if you want to help consult the 3 of us, me, John, and Lisa, and you've got a lot of experience doing this, contact us, because we don't want anything to go wrong with this. So
Josh can't become a sponsor. I don't understand why.
So the whole sponsor, it's like, yeah, I don't, because you can even do it on your, it's just a button that when you go to my channel, just when my channel homepage, there's a button right there.
Can we send him the link and then he could apply that to the sponsor? We'll have to figure it out for you. We'll have to figure it out.
So, yeah. So there you have it, the American flag. What about painting pools? We got to talk about painting pools.
Painting pools. Well, I think what I learned is that you have to sometimes think outside the box, because especially if you don't want to drain it, because if you guys don't know what we're talking about, on Instagram,
so Ryan
painted a pool and then he couldn't empty it all the way because the dog likes to swim.
So Ryan Petzel said PPG has auto paint line that would work extremely well. We're gonna have to look into that. So Ryan Petzel, 2-stage automotive grade primer, base coat, Evercoat clear. Using HVLP.
So Andrew, I think, is in the car industry. I think maybe he will go with
because this is. I mean, this is, and he says using HVLP. This is a big flag. This is huge. So if you look at that building, that is not a small building. That's huge. No. So this is gonna be one giant flag.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Chris, I use alcohol to indicate oil or latex. If color comes off, it's latex. And Doug Pearson said that. Yep, that would. So let's talk about one of the questions I get when it comes to painting pools is how in the world do you know what your pool is painted with? And because if you make the big mistake, because I have a feeling, because our pool peels and bubbles and stuff, I have a feeling there's multiple different types of products on there previous to me doing. Then. And I think that's what the issue is. So if you have an epoxy, there's 3 paints. There's latex, epoxy, and then chlorinated rubber. Take xylene, some xylene, put xylene on a rag, rub xylene on there, and if it starts to soften and melt the coating, it is chlorinated rubber. It's as simple as that. Okay. So now what about epoxy? So
no idea.
Take MEK, take some MEK, a methyl alpha ketone, put some on a rag, rub it on the rag. If it starts to soften it and it starts to, you melt the coating, you've got epoxy. Alcohol, rubbing alcohol, it'll be a latex coating.
So somebody said bathtub paint. You had an experience with a DIY
I will never ever paint a bathtub again in my life.
With a DIY product. I think people specialize and they use the right epoxies and go in and like commercial.
I don't think it was necessarily a DIY product. They sold it like at DIY stores like Home Depot and Lowe's and stuff like that. It's sold in those type of places with, instructions, like if you're a DIYer and stuff, I think. But the bathtub coating, market is very specialized. And it can be really, because after my disaster, I had some guys that do it a lot and it's really easy. And they're like, oh, it's simple. And here's what you do. And so it can be easy. Just beware.
Well, and you got a product and you were testing it out. And so
it was a nightmare.
The best thing you did
is ruined my bathtub. It ruined it.
It's still there,
But it's ruined.
Yeah, but it's still there. So, but I mean, that's why you made the video. You wanted to try out that specific product. It wasn't that you wanted to go into refinishing, repainting bathtubs.
Yep. So Matt Olson, just email us at liveshow@the-outdoors.com. idaho-painter.com. So Corothane meal aluminum would work well. It's what we use on metal, also used on ships in the ocean. Now, if it's used on a ship in an ocean, that would be pretty durable.
That would be very durable.
Corothane.
Okay.
Corothane.
We need to look into
George,
that.
we need to contact George Clemers.
Yeah.
Nuke Brock painted a pool in Savannah, Georgia. Frogs kept hopping in the paint. So, so what's the process? People saw my video. I'm out there like paddleboarding, painting, because it's my pool. So
I'm not the most professional.
I don't do this for like customers. I don't paint pools for a living.
No,
it's just don't whatever you do. If you don't have to paint your pool, don't do it. Especially with chlorinated rubber. Epoxy is going to last probably like twice as long you got water. And you got sun shining through the water, and you got chemicals, chlorine, all that stuff is going to take its toll on the coating. And it literally, I mean, after 3 years, the chlorinated rubber with the royal blue is absolutely torched.
It's a light blue.
It's a baby blue. Oh my gosh. If you see my pool, the bottom part, you'll see the sidewalls I just painted 3 years ago, the bottom, that's what that was. So if you watch that video on Instagram, when you see that light blue, 3 years ago, it was that royal blue. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, and it's just the prep process. You got to get the pool completely empty, dry, and then you got to completely clean it. You got to scrub it down, clean it, get all the chemicals off, scrub it, and keep the water out of the bottom. Hopefully it doesn't rain and leaves, dirt, all this stuff blowing there. Get it all cleaned out, scrubbed out, and then you paint it. The painting process is easy. You're just rolling on the chlorinated rubber, rolling on the epoxy or the same. But then afterwards, it has to set for with the chlorinated rubber 7 days before you can put water in it. 7 to 10 days, and I get the painting part of it. It's kind of cool, and you see the change. And I think it's simple to do it. Do-it-yourselfer can do it, but you definitely. It all depends on, is it the first time you've done it or the second time you've done it? So there's a difference. So
yeah. So why don't you move the thing down? And I wanted to give away a sticker.
Have you used automobile paint to paint a front door? I have not.
No.
So that would be spraying it with like, an automotive lacquer, and using an HVLP gun. I have not done that. So
so George said Sherwin-Williams sells the Corothane paint.
Meal aluminum is a primer to resist any weather and then paint over any color. There we go. I'm gonna look into that Corothane.
Yeah, because that is it has a long winter with a lot of snow on it, and so you don't want it to look really pretty for one season, and next year the stars are falling down.
Why not put a liner in your pool? Andrew says. I mean, I guess that's a possibility, but the sidewalls come down, then it goes out. And I don't know what a liner. I mean, I've never even looked into it. If you would glue the liner on.
It's concrete or metal. It's actually really steep.
The bottom is concrete. It's a pretty deep pool.
8 feet.
It's all concrete, and then it comes up, and then the side walls, which are about 3 feet high. The side walls are it's weird. We didn't have we just inherited the pool when we bought the house, and it's just a weird pool. Why is it half of it concrete and the other half side walls with fiberglass? It's just really bizarre.
So in about 3 minutes, we're gonna start giving away the gun. So you're
Boston,
gonna
says, why don't you get a real pool? I guess we get to get out and just.
No, we don't want to. No, it's a real pool. It really is. It just is.
Liners are vacuum sealed that will fit anything. I'm going to look into that.
Thanks. No, we're good. We're good. The only person that swims in it is the dog these days.
I like stickers. I even have lots of dogs.
Suzanne's new to us. Hudson,
Jake.
Thanks for
Suzanne
being with
Hudson,
us.
I love your videos, how-tos. New to your YouTube. There you go. Thanks, Suzanne. Any questions you've seen?
No, but it's time.
Dunn Edwards, have you ever tried their products? I have not. Dunn Edwards is big in California, but I don't think we have Dunn Edwards anywhere around here.
I think Bobby Willis, it says pay a pool pro. Yeah. Every time the pool company comes out, we pay them a lot of money. So I'm glad that
Pierre, somebody says, what's up with the troll? Hopefully, I haven't seen anybody on here making bad comments, but hopefully somebody's eliminating them if they are.
Hopefully.
So that's a good point. If you're going to come on here and say negative things, bad things, we're going to block you, oust you, get rid of you.
Because that's not what this is about. We want to be in an environment where we help each other and encourage each other.
Where you can ask any question. No question is a dumb question. And I started.
Andrew's question question was a little bit sketchy.
That's not a dumb question.
Okay.
This not disrespectful questions.
Okay.
Like people trying to come on here and be disrespectful. If you're going to be disrespectful, I started as a beginner, screwed up a lot of houses, and I had a lot of questions, and there was nobody to help me. We're here to help people at the very bottom to people all the way at the very top. And no question is a dumb question. We're here to teach the very beginner, and I'm here to teach the expert or be taught. So that was a cool video. I love seeing a dog swimming. Chuck H said that.
So on Instagram, go to Instagram, you see Nani swimming. She loves swimming.
So I think John is still on here, isn't he? I'm not sure if he's
he better be on.
Go to your local pool store. There you go. I haven't gone to the local pool store.
Thank you, Pablo Flores, for being with us.
So what time is it?
Thanks for being time. It's time. So this is how it works, everybody. Tell them how it works.
Well, we got to have John on here.
John's here. He's with us. Hi, Steve. How are you doing?
Okay.
Hi, Aaron.
Let me bring up the Gleam site.
So we're not doing numbers. He's going to do the Gleam. You had to have signed up, and we're going to say your name, and you have to be in the live chat.
Yeah. So
you have 2 minutes.
The way our big giveaways work, like this gun, is we use a program called Gleam, and we're in Gleam.io. That way it's fair. There's no bias involved. It's the computer that generates the winner. So we're going to go over here. New
Andrew.
No, not new competition.
Next week, you guys. Right now, we're going to give away one of these, and next week we're going to give away one. So if you don't win tonight, come back next week.
And you have to be chatting, and you have to be claimed. So here we go. Active, finished. Looks like Titan Apex gun giveaway. There it is. It ended 1 hour ago.
Whoa! So
it's pretty. 352 entries. So let's pick a winner.
Saw you in a year.
And you're gonna have 2 minutes. And John, there was no troll, just someone trying to get their question answered. Oh, so hopefully they got their question answered. If they didn't, John, let me know.
How did Bobby Willis see me in a year-old video?
Here we go.
I don't know.
Draw winners, draw. Okay. So the winner is being drawn, and the winner is David Mack.
David Mack. You need to tell us you're with us.
David Mack. David Mack.
2 minutes. David Mack.
M-A-C-K. If you're on David Mack, you have 2 minutes to verify who you are, where you're from. Tell us your city, state you're from, and your email address. And whoa, is that him?
Well, he needs to verify by his email address.
So David Mack, let us know your email address. I just saw him pop up. That's
I think that was it.
Wow, was it? This will be the first try that we've had somebody.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Let's see. David,
I think so.
Let's see. David Mack, spring of the state is right.
You're gonna have to. He could email us at www. No, that's not it. It's live show. Yeah. Well, don't worry. He's from.
There's another where you're from starts with a D.
But the email is yep, he's verified.
Is he verified?
He's verified.
Bam.
Bam.
David Mack, you're the winner of the Titan Apex gun.
And Titan's going to mail it directly to you, so you're going to need to send me your mailing address, and I will get that to Titan. Thank you, Titan, for sponsoring tonight. You know, that's what we love. We love using their products. They've helped pay our bills and pay kids through college. And guess what? Hopefully it helps you.
Yep. And just so here's right here, our computer program. I'm going to show you right there so you can see that was the winner.
Entry number 245.
Entry number 245 from David Mack. So you know that this is honest. We're honest, trustworthy people.
So since you guys stuck with us, we didn't give the shield thing away. Whoever's left, we're going to give the shield thing away and some stickers. And this is going to be numbers.
Numbers. Here we go. We're going to give away our favorite cardboard shield holder.
Yep.
This is the bomb. If you do any exterior painting, you have to have one of these things. Why don't we use the metal versus the cardboard? I've got the metal shield. Just trying to keep up with peeling them off, keeping them clean. They're a lot heavier. These are way lighter, less fatigue at the end of the day. So
I picked a number.
So Paint Wife Lisa picked a number. Did you give it to John?
John will verify.
You sent it to John? So here we go. Giving away a cardboard shield holder.
Cardboard shield holder.
Made by Kraft. So, and we do sell them.
It's not cheese.
So if you don't win it, you can go to our Paint Life store at theidahopainter.com. Hopefully, because this is going crazy. Let's see if I can answer some questions.
Did I show the number? Because I keep seeing the number. John's going to have to find the first one.
You probably did.
Oh, probably. There we go.
So we got Oscar Sanchez.
Oscar Sanchez is the winner. Oscar Sanchez.
So Jay Pierre, hey John, would be great if your crew made a video on painting glass-like finish on walls and doors. A glass-like finish, so that'd be like, you know, a high gloss finish. So painting high gloss. So painting like really glass-like finishes, like high gloss, is not
Oscar Sanchez, congratulations.
And that would be, and if that's what he's talking about, that would be a good video. We don't have the opportunity to do that very often. So I'm going on into what, I don't know what that meant.
That's okay, but, it's deleted.
Let's see here. I can't go up any farther to go back to questions.
Yeah, but we're good.
Are we?
Yeah.
Let's see. Tan Adcoat Industry has a pool paint that's a 2-part epoxy. It's a pain in the rump to get off your skin, but it's pretty easy to use. Not sure about multiple coats or colors. Those we painted hotel pools. So there you go. Adcoat Industries. So we got somebody that got some good advice there on a coating to use. So so yeah, the painting pools thing, like I say, if you don't, I mean, if you haven't painted it yet, seriously consider the maintenance of what it's going to, be if you want it to look really good. Because I'll tell you, after it's painted and you fill it up, the royal blue color looks absolutely amazing, man. The pool is it. And when first time I painted, I thought it's going to be, I won't have to do it for 10 years again after that. And I was shocked. And when you lower the water, like when I lowered the water down, when I start to pump the water out, you can see the line, because obviously the chlorine in the water and the water itself has a lot to do with maybe UV rays fading it way faster than what's outside the water line. It was incredible, the difference. And go check out our Instagram and you can see the difference right there on Instagram. If you didn't know, we are in Instagram. Follow us. We're getting close to 50,000 followers. We're getting up there. We're like,
that's a big number.
47. We're almost at 150,000 followers on YouTube.
That's another big number. So man, we don't even, we're honored and humbled to be a part of this community. So thank you guys for being with us. And if you did not win the gun tonight, come next week because we have another one.
Thank you very much, Josh Hagan, Super Chatter, Danny Gonzalez, Super Chatter, Andrew Slovacek. Longtime follower, supporter. Thank you very much. We got sponsors, Ryan Petzel. These people in green,
and George.
If you're wondering why these guys are green,
Jake,
they are special.
And Mike. Mike S wants to borrow his new gun.
Chuck H, Mike S. Jake Starlings, all Nuke Brock. These guys that are sponsors. It won't go up any. It won't go up any higher, unfortunately. That's one thing. I wish they would let you scroll all the way back so we can see.
Yeah.
But so tomorrow we're going to be out painting a big old huge exterior. So I'm going to shoot a blog video walking around doing that. So we'll show you what it looks like, and it's a big house, and I think we're going to be able to do it in one day.
Hopefully.
So
I'm planning on barbecue or something.
We prepped it today, and so yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being with us, and you guys have a great night, rest of your night, and hopefully spring comes to you guys because it's come to Boise, and we're excited.
Has it come to Boise?
It has.
What was the temperature today?
Oh, I don't know, but it's nice.
Really? So
maybe 70.
7 more days, and we can fill our pool up, and and who's the pool for?
Nani the dog.
Nani the dog.
Nani the dog.
That's why that pool exists now, because nobody else uses it but Nani.
Maybe someday kids will get married and have babies, and then they'll come use it. I don't know.
And I didn't want to empty it all the way
because Nani likes to swim.
Because Nani likes.
So you got to go to Instagram and you can see Nani swimming. So.
hopefully you guys enjoyed another live show.
Yeah, we'll see you on our next live show. Thank you, Titan.